Peace and blessings. This is I See Everything TV. I'm the host or the blogger, vlogger, whatever you want to call it, Messiah Justice. Today I wanted to get into something. I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about Jayz. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to just, you know, have a little quick little wordplay out there about it. Is Jayz really the GOAT? I mean, I would say he's probably top 5 rappers. He's probably top 10 MCs. It is a difference from hip hop and rap music. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, he stopped rhyming like common sense motherfuckers that really wanted to make art for the almighty dollar, which is his prerogative. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody got no problem with what a brother do. As far as you ain't hurting nobody else. But in my opinion, the best MC ever would have to probably be KRS-One, because he never fell off. People tend to forget he's never fallen off, and they be talking all this big money shit and all that. You gotta think KRS put on his own tours, put out his own music, been doing this shit since '87, man. '87. So and none of his albums been shitty. I ain't saying they been top notch like them things, but he done had quality albums ever since I've been listening to him. And he's still going around the world. And if like a billionaire and all of them dudes is filthy rich from investments in Silicon Valley, don't you think that some of them other old heads would probably have those opportunities? And KRS is not as reigning supreme over nearly everybody, so I'm assuming that brother would have the knowledge, on some of these other things like tech and all of that. But I'm only saying all that to say because people base that MC shit on, or that's rapper thing on how much money a person got. If you played, just, because this is always the talk of the hip hop thing, is like if you played Nas and Jay-Z's albums back to back, who would have what would your opinion be? Me personally, I'm a Nas fan. I never really liked the Jay-Z. He just never really, banged out for me. I'm talking about even back in the 90s shit. But, like, he had some dope shit, some couple dope joints, dope flows and all that. But he ain't really never had no real substance to me. And I was coming from the hip-hop generation where, knowledge itself was being pushed. And materialism wasn't being curbed. It was being, like, put into the right perspective so that, you could always be, like, a free person having, finances. But, it appears to me that brothers like Jay, I don't know, I'm a person, a work in progress, so I'm not rich. But it appears to me that, cats is willing to, bypass their, what they'll call integrity for the almighty dollar. Niggas that still sitting out here talking about selling work and shit like that, like that's a virtuous thing. We did those things back in the 90s and 2000s maybe because of, we was molded that way to think that was the proper thing to do. And it provided. But in real time, come on, God, if anybody's out here doing that same thing, talking that same shit, man, you wasting your time. And you're doing a disservice to the community, you know what I'm saying? Giving these younger people the reality or the thinking that shit is it's supposed to be, it's really not supposed to be, or like it's something that we should be doing. Get your money, but the streets not even the streets no more, so it's like you definitely just throwing boulders at the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I just want y'all to chime in. If y'all can give me some feedback, let me know what y'all think. Is Jay-Z, the best rapper alive? You know what I'm saying? And tell me why you think that is. You know what I'm saying? This is I See TV. I See Everything TV. I'm the host, the blogger, vlogger, whatever you want to call it. Messiah Justice. You know what I'm saying? Like, subscribe, comment. Hit the little notification bell. I'd appreciate it if y'all support a black man trying to make something out of nothing. Again, Messiah Justice, peace and blessings. I See Everything TV, and I'm out of here.